Hey, today we're here talking about string algae. Now, some people call it hair algae, and if it's floating, they'll call it blanket algae. Now, there's kind of good and bad to this type of algae. Let's talk about the good points first. Now, if you've got hair algae in a pond, and it's just all along the sides of your pond, off your rubber liner, you probably have really clear water. Even when you have, long tendrils of the hair algae sticking out, you probably have crystal clear water, and I'll bet your fish are, munching along on the hair algae along the sides of the pond. Now, that's good. And if that's really the only place you have a problem with it, what I would do is just mechanically, physically remove the algae. I wouldn't try using algicides or any kind of chemicals. Either just reach in there and grab it, or get some kind of a stick and twirl it, around and pull it up sort of like it was noodles. Don't use a rake. I've heard some bad stories about people using rakes. You don't want to tear your liner, but any kind of a tool. They even sell, some of the pond places. I don't think we have them, but you can find little a stick with kind of prongs on it that you can twist and turn and rip the algae out of there. And if that's all you need to do, I wouldn't worry about it. I'd just knock that out, have clear water, and call it a good day. Now, if you have a waterfall or a stream, the hair algae, string algae, can just take over. And if you have too much of it, where it's just floating along the top, where you can't even see the clear water underneath the floating green blanket algae on top of your pond, then we got to do something. Now, getting the string algae off of your waterfall can be a real hassle. I mean, you can see people scrubbing it and doing everything they can to take it out. Now, quite a few years ago there were a few products on the market that did a great job with it, but those got pulled from the market. There is one still available. It's called Algae Fix, and that's a really good product. It'll kill that string algae. The only thing you have to keep in mind when you do that is it'll come back unless you do something to keep it from coming back. So I would kind of recommend a two-step plan on that. One, if you need to use the Algae Fix, to use it, kill it, and then immediately put in some barley. You can use the barley bales, or you can use the barley extract. The extract costs a little bit more, but it's a little quicker to work. You could add that to your filtration system. If you're using the barley bales, instead of just dumping it into the pond, most people have better results if they have it in a skimmer, or if you have some kind of a stream, stick it in the stream, let water flow through it. And that way, when you kill the string algae, the barley will kind of compete with it for nutrients and keep it from growing again. So, if your string algae isn't real bad and it's not on your waterfall or in your stream, I would consider leaving it, just removing any excess, physically. And if it's really bad, then use the Algae Fix and follow up with the barley. So that's, my tips for dealing with string algae.